Authenticity is the courage to be yourself. Wow. Oh, we are going to dive into this. Welcome back, Redlow friends. I'm your host, Terry Mullen, and I am so excited you are here. Wow, it's hard to believe that it is the end of November. We're almost at the end of 2023. But if you're new here, welcome. Redlow is older spelled backwards. I'm older, and perhaps you are too. I show up here each week trying to make the world a better place by helping each one of us step forward with our lives, one step at a time. And we talk about navigating messy life transitions, overcoming hard things, and rediscovering who we are now in this season of life, and everything in between. So grab your coffee and listen in, because I have an awesome episode today. Authenticity. Wow, I have been thinking about this word all week, seriously. I had an amazing time away for Thanksgiving, and I hope you did too. And as I've shared, it's my favorite holiday. I spent time away just basking in the love of my family, eating great food, laughing, walking around New York City, walking through Central Park, just wandering actually, sipping hot coffee, enjoying a glass of wine and some mulled spice wine, one of my favorites, watching the Thanksgiving Day parade, just taking in all the wonderful Christmas lights, just all of it. And as I've shared, it truly is my favorite holiday because it's just time together with those I love, just having great conversation and enjoying the special moments. But I also had time to think, time to reflect and look back on 2023, especially as I was wandering through Central Park or just riding the subway alone. My thoughts were full of gratitude, not only for my family, but where I am in this season of life, but grateful for each one of you that show up and listen to this podcast. This has become such a passion of mine. It's something that just kind of started out on a whim. And I realize, as I've shared so many times, that I love sitting behind this microphone, sharing my thoughts with each one of you and truly trying to make the world a better place and inspire and encourage you. We all need that, don't we? But as I wandered and thought about what's next, it really is going back to what's most important to me, being authentic and true to who I am, and what my mission is for Hello Redlow. It's helping women step forward. And ironically, if you haven't seen, Webster's announced that it chose authentic as its word for the year of 2023. Ironic or serendipitous, I thought to myself. Well, probably more serendipitous. It's truth. It's who I am, and I'm sure it's who you are too. I cannot be anyone else. And I want to encourage you as well. If you're struggling or feeling uncertain or feeling unqualified or having doubts or comparing yourself on social media, just stand still and be who God created you to be. In my book, Step Forward, it's all about my journey of finding my voice and stepping forward and being true to who I am. And that's my goal, to help you be true to who you are. It's so easy to get distracted by the latest, greatest, and newest thing, right? Or compare ourselves to what everyone else is doing. Often we get that FOMO, that fear of missing out. We always think that someone else knows more or does it better. But I'm back to the thought that God gave you the idea. He gave you the gift, you the talent, you the experience. So embrace it. Embrace all that you are. Yes, I'm celebrating this word, authentic. It's awesome. It's powerful, isn't it? Webster's defines authentic as real, pure, true, reliable, trustworthy, and faithful, not false or fake or an imitation. It also means to be true to oneself, to one's own personality, spirit, or character. And at the end of the day, we all still identify with using our authentic voice and being our authentic self. And in this age where we see the advancements of AI, artificial intelligence, and all these new improvements and things that are happening that are kind of scary in many ways, we still crave being real. We're human. We're not an inanimate object. We still want people to speak their truth with their words in their way. And I think that we're all still trying to find a way to slow down and enjoy the simpler things in life, just like I did for Thanksgiving, wandering through the park, having a warm cup of coffee or sipping mulled spice wine, just being together, sharing a meal and laughing and sharing stories. That's probably why I love Thanksgiving so much. It's just genuine connection. No fluff, no stress of buying gifts for the holidays, right? It's just being present. And I think that's what we really crave today. So yes, my friend, this is where I am. The world needs you. The world needs me. The world needs your voice, your story, your experience. Yes, the good, the bad, the hard, the messy, and the journey of how you overcame it. The world needs hope. As Brendan Burchard wisely puts it, maybe someone in your life needs to see you do the work. By being authentic and resilient, you not only navigate through life's ups and downs, but you also inspire those around you to do the same. So as I wandered through Central Park this past week, I really had thoughts of, who am I really? Same, right back to where I was when I wrote my book. Who am I really now? After all the experience I've had of launching my podcast, of writing my book, of launching a course, who am I really today? Well, I'm still the same person. And my values are to share my experience of what I've been through, those hard things that I've overcome, and to show up and encourage each one of you, and to be authentically me. And as I said in the beginning, authenticity takes courage. It's more than just a buzzword. It's a profound way of living. It's a conscious choice to step outside the norm and embrace your true self in a world that often encourages conformity. So what does it mean to be authentic? First and foremost, it means to be authentically you. It means being fearless to express who you are, unfiltered and unapologetic. It's really about letting go and letting your true colors shine and celebrating the uniqueness that sets you apart from everyone else. It's using your voice, speaking your truth, using your gifts, your talents, and your experiences that God has given you, as I mentioned earlier. And in my book, Step Forward, I talk about finding my voice. It took me over 50 years to find that girl who believed she could, to speak up, to take that risk, write my book, start this podcast, coach others, and create my course. My superpower is encouraging others and helping them be their best. It sets my soul on fire. And I've spent a lifetime doubting myself. And every time, and I mean every time, I try to do it someone else's way, I get so down on myself. I get so frustrated. And I feel small. And then I want to quit because that doubt just eats me alive. And then I get mad at myself. And that still small whisper rises up and she says, "Girl, get up off that floor and keep stepping forward. There's more in you. Stop playing small. Just be you." Powerful, isn't it? I want to encourage you with those words. Authenticity is also being vulnerable and courageous. It requires that vulnerability and the courage to show up as you are, imperfections and all. It's about sharing your real stories, acknowledging your struggles, and finding your strength in your authenticity. Oh girl, just keep stepping forward. It's all about overcoming those hard things and those struggles and taking that pain that you've experienced and turn it into your next purpose. I've learned that in that struggle is where hope, growth, and a powerful message full of life lessons are born. And they are born to help someone else step forward. Authenticity is embracing our imperfections. We live in a world that pressures us to be flawless, doesn't it? But authenticity invites us to embrace our own imperfections and to celebrate them. It's in these imperfections that we connect with one another. We allow our humanity and our relatability to shine. In my book, Step Forward, I talk about letting go of the 5 Ps: proving, performing, pleasing, pretending, and perfecting. It's here that we become free to be our authentic selves. Authenticity is also connecting on a deeper level. They say that connection and community are the new currency, and authenticity fosters genuine connections. Because when you show up as your true self, you attract those who resonate with your authenticity. You form connections that are built on a mutual understanding or mutual experiences and acceptance. And that is what my Hello Redlow Women community is all about. I want to connect with you and share my experience so that you don't feel alone, so that you feel seen and heard and loved and valued and reminded that you belong. Authenticity is owning your narrative. It's telling your story your way and defining who you are on your terms rather than conforming to what society's expectations are or the opinions of others. How about a big wow or amen to that? Stop comparing. In fact, this week I just read an article in the Harvard Business Review from high-performance psychologist Michael Gervais that says that we have a fear of other people's opinions. It's called FOPO, F-O-P-O. Fascinating, right? He says it shows up everywhere in our lives, and the consequences are great. And I know this firsthand because I've struggled with this so much of my life. He goes on to say that when we let FOPO, fear of other people's opinions, take control, we play it safe and we play it small because we are so afraid of what will happen on the other side of critique. And when challenged, we surrender to other people's viewpoints. We trade in our authenticity for approval. We please rather than provoke. We chase the dreams of others rather than our own. Wow. Just let that resonate for a moment. Isn't that powerful? The article goes on to say that it doesn't have to be this way. And Michael Gervais is the author of The First Rule of Mastery. And he says that in order to lead a high-performance life, we have to redirect our attention from the outside world to the world inside of us. He reveals that mental skills and practices that we need to overcome FOPO are the same skills that he's taught high top performers and world athletes and MVPs, musicians, artists, and Fortune 100 leaders and teams. And so, this applies to you and me, because you are a world-class human, and I want you to live as your best authentic self. And that leads me to my final thought about how to be authentic. It's stepping forward and stepping into constant growth and self-discovery. It's a journey, not a destination. It's a marathon and not a sprint. And it involves continuous self-discovery and growth as you navigate the ever-evolving landscape of who you are and discovering who you really are at your core. I've invested years of time and money to grow and learn. I've had therapy, I've taken courses, and I've received a whole lot of coaching. And I've enjoyed it all. It isn't one thing or the other. It's been kind of this combination of just continuing to step forward and navigate this crazy life that we all live and navigate these different life transitions that we all make and step through them, not avoid them, not go around them or go under them. Spent years doing that, and that just led to a lot more pain. But these courses that I've taken and having these different coaches have just helped me be accountable. And it's helped me with my mindset. It's helped me to continue to step forward. We never stop growing, do we? Life is a continuous journey. It's just continuing to put one foot in front of the other and navigate the challenges that we all face, as well as all the blessings. But we can't do it alone. We need support and encouragement from one another and from those that have been there, those that can give us hope and show us the way. And today, I want to just share my gratitude to you. Thank you for showing up here, for listening in. Thank you for your openness and your kindness and for your comments that you make on social media. I'm grateful for every step I've taken to arrive at this place I am today. And I want to continue to inspire and encourage each one of you to be your very best self. Cheers to being your real, raw, and unapologetic self. And as I close, I want to quote some of my favorite quotes. Number 1 from Oscar Wilde, "Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken." Brené Brown says, "Authenticity is the daily practice of letting go of who we think we're supposed to be and embracing who we are." Ralph Waldo Emerson says, "To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment." And finally, I love this from Mike Robbins. It's a little bit sassy. Authenticity is the truest form of rebellion. So on that note, just keep being you. Keep stepping forward and embrace all that you are. I have some great things coming in the new year, and we're going to dive into a course called Turn Pain into Purpose. And I'm so excited about it because I really feel that's my true calling. I want to help you find your voice and take whatever you have been through and use it for good. Know that you are seen, you are heard, you are loved, you are valued, and you belong. Until we meet again, may God truly bless you. Let's keep stepping forward. Hey friends, thanks so much for listening in today. Just as a disclaimer, as I always like to say, I'm not a therapist or a professional. These are just my words and my experience from my own life and words from things that I've written in my book, Step Forward. Go have an amazing day, and thanks for stopping by.